Hi, I was wondering if you were interested in tying me up tonight?
I don't have anything planned right now, so that's a possibility. I haven't seen you do rope with anyone before. Do you have much experience with bondage?
I'm kinda new to rope. I've been tied up a few times, and I liked it a lot, but I've never been suspended. It looks amazing. I'd really like to try that.
Have you seen me tie?
Yes, and I liked what I saw.
So you know that I like to tie with lots of sensual contact and physical intimacy?
Yes. I like the connection I see between you and your play partners.
And you're open to having that kind of experience with me?
Yes, that's why I asked you.
It sounds like doing some rope together could be fun. But if we're going to do this, we need to chat a bit first about safety, communication, and boundaries.
That sounds good. Can we do that now?
First, I must ask if you've had any alcohol tonight. I think any form of kink play and alcohol should never mix. For myself, I've been drinking only Coke all evening.
I've been drinking only this great artisanal root beer since I've gotten here. I love it. Wanna try some?
Sure, thank you. Have you ever had any difficulties when you were being tied?
Not really, but I've only done floor work. I've been in hog ties and force bows and I didn't have any problems. I'm pretty tough.
Have you been in a box tie with your arms behind your back, like this?
Yes.
And how was that?
It was good, though my shoulders were ready to be out of it by the end.
How long were you in it?
I don't know, maybe an hour or more. But I was fine as soon as I got out of the rope.
That sounds pretty good. Being in a box tie for an hour isn't easy for a lot of people.
I'm pretty flexible. I do yoga.
Excellent. Any old injuries or aches and pains I should know about?
No, I'm feeling pretty healthy right now. Though my neck had a crick in it this morning, but I just think I slept on it funny.
I can try to be gentle on your neck.
It's okay, I think it's fun now. You don't have to be gentle.
So a hair tie would be okay?
Oh, yeah.
No issues with shoulders, or hips, knees, or back?
Nope.
Have you eaten?
I ate a couple of hours ago. My energy is good.
Okay. Let's go over some limits and what kind of experience you're hoping to have with me. Before I play with someone, I like to at least talk about desires for DS, pain, and levels of sexual intimacy and touch.
Okay.
How about dominance and submission? Are you interested in an experience where it feels like you've relinquished control to me?
I identify as a submissive, so, yes, when the energy is right with someone, I really like it when the top takes charge. That's really what this is all about for me.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to feel like I'm the one in control and making demands of you?
Since it's our first time playing together, maybe start out at about a 7 or an 8? Maybe more if things are feeling right?
That sounds good. I'll start easy and play it by ear and check in with you as we go along. I tend to have a pretty good feel for if someone's responding well to the way I'm handling them or not.
That sounds perfect.
How sexy do you want this to be?
How about as sexy as you can make it without actually having sex? On a scale of 1 to 10? How about an 8?
That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's talk more about touching and sexual limits in a bit. How about pain? Do you like pain?
I do. I'm sort of a masochist. But that's not what I'm looking for tonight. I'd really just like to try to enjoy the rope and the sensuality of it this time out.
The style of tying I tend to do, and especially suspension, creates stress on the body that's intentional. That's how we get the endorphins going. Most suspension is inherently uncomfortable, especially if you stay in the rope for any length of time.
Oh, I'm okay with that. I just don't want it to be the really tough stuff like huge back bends or doing a bunch of hard impact play at the same time. Although I'm not against some light spanking.
I can go easy on you this time. But especially if we're going to take you off the ground, you need to realize that suspension can be very hard on the body. Having all your weight in those few ropes causes a lot of pressure and strain.
Yeah, I know. Some of the suspensions I've seen look really hard, and eventually I'd like to try some of that. But maybe we could try an easier one tonight?
If we take you up, Doing an easy one for your first time is important, so you can get a feel for the difference between good pain and bad pain. I'll check in with you a lot to see how you're doing, but you need to communicate with me if you're feeling like you're in trouble. If things aren't working, I'll get you down as quickly and smoothly as I can. You just call my name, and I'll know you need my attention. May I touch you right now?
Yes.
If you have the flexibility, I may be putting ropes that run across your upper arms here. There are nerves in those areas we don't want to put too much pressure on. Those nerves can be impinged here on your wrists and this spot on your forearm too. So if you feel any tingling, numbness, loss of sensation, or a burning feeling, needles and pins, that kind of thing, along your palm by the thumb, out on your thumb, or along the tops of these two fingers out to about here, I want to know about it right away. Same for along your little finger and the outside of this finger. If it feels wrong, don't tough it out, let me know right away. If you're feeling a going to sleep sensation across all your fingers, it's probably just circulation being impaired a bit, and that's not too much of a concern, unless it's so bad that you wouldn't be able to feel if you were having nerve impingement. There's lots of redundant blood flow in your deeper tissues, so a little loss of circulation isn't too big of a deal. But don't take chances this first time out. If we have ropes here on your hips, we can also accidentally press on your femoral nerve. You might feel that as numbness or tingling on the outside or your thigh, if we impinge on the nerve here. If you're feeling loss of sensation or pain in a very specific spot or any joint pain, tell me exactly what you're feeling and where, and I'll try to adjust things or move the rope off of where I think the problem is. Then I'll ask you, better? And if you say, yes, we can proceed. Otherwise I'll try to fix things one more time, and if that doesn't work, I need to get those ropes off you right away. I tell my photo models to not even wait for the next shutter click. Nerve damage can happen very quickly, and we can't eliminate the risk of that happening if we're going to suspend you. But with good communication we can reduce the risks quite a bit. However, you need to accept that there's a chance that you can get hurt tonight, especially if we take you off the ground.
Have you had that happen?
Yes. I had a model who had numbness and weakness in her wrist that lasted for a couple of days after being in a hard tie for a long time. She didn't know she was in trouble until after the ropes came off. I had someone else strain their rotator cuff while in my rope, and their shoulder still bothered them in certain positions for several years. So, I have had people get hurt doing rope with me. Not a lot, but it's happened.
I see.
Usually when a rope bottom experiences difficulty, if the rigger gets them out of the rope quickly, the discomfort goes away in a few minutes, or only lasts a day or so if there was only mild nerve impingement. But the risk for more lasting or serious injury is real, so you need to communicate any problems that come up. And I can't promise you that being in my rope won't cause you some injury. Even though I'll do my best to avoid that, you may actually be at greater risk than more experienced bottoms since you're new and don't know where good rope placement is for your particular body, and haven't experienced the warning signs before.
Well, I took a risk just driving here tonight. It was worth it to come to the party.
I think that's a good perspective. But I think the risk and reward here is more akin to a sport like downhill skiing or mountain climbing.
I know someone who broke their neck skiing.
Precisely. And people get strains and sprains on the slopes all the time, besides the broken legs we all hear about. I think rope is more dangerous than a lot of people realize. Some very experienced riggers and rope bottoms say it's just a matter of time before you have an accident if you get into rope a lot.
Have you ever dropped anybody?
No, I haven't. I like to think I won't. But some very experienced riggers, world-class riggers, have had accidents and injured people recently. There's always a first time.
Now I'm getting nervous. I do want to try this, though.
I don't want to scare you off. People do rope, even inexperienced people, without severe consequences the vast majority of the time. I just want you aware of the risks. They're real. I'm not anticipating having problems, but I can't promise you nothing will go wrong. I can't take the full responsibility if things do go wrong. We're doing this together, so you need to go in knowing this isn't risk-free.
But you're pretty safe, right? I mean, You sound like you know what you're doing.
I like to think I'm well versed in rope safety, and I don't think of myself as reckless. But we're talking about something that's inherently risky. Some people think it's worth the risk, just like doing a black diamond run on the mountain.
Okay. I get it. And I do still want to do this.
Good. And you want to try it with me?
Definitely.
I'm glad. Remember, just talk to me if you start to get into trouble. We don't need a safe word for this. Just call my name and you'll have my undivided attention.
Don't worry, I'll let you know if I'm feeling anything isn't right.
But if you do safe word, don't worry, I'll respect that too.
I usually use the red, yellow, and green system. But I'll just talk to you tonight if things aren't going well.
Good. Back to pain, have you ever done pressure points?
A little bit.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
Well, if you're open to it, I may do some pressure points on you while I'm tying you. That will get the endorphins going and help prepare you for being able to endure the rigors of being in the rope a little bit better. I also find that it jumpstarts a sense of connection and helps give me a feel for how you respond to minor pain.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'll start easy, you just let me know if it's not working okay for you, and I'll check in a lot, especially since we've never played together before.
I'll let you know.
Okay, let's talk about touching.
Touching is good.
Do you like to be handled gently or roughly?
Can we do a mix of both?
I can do that. I should be able to tell if you're responding well to being tossed about a bit.
I like that.
Do you like having your hair pulled?
Yes.
And it's okay if I do that?
I would like that.
How naked can I get you?
I'd like to keep my panties on. Everything else can come off.
Is there anywhere I can't touch you?
Not really, but no penetration.
So I can touch your vulva? But just stay over the panties?
Yes, that would be okay.
Anywhere else I shouldn't touch you?
Nope.
Nipples? Feet? Mouth? Ears? Ribs?
Ooh, not the bottoms of my feet. I'm too ticklish.
Got it. So, to be clear, pinching or stimulating your nipples is okay?
Yes.
And touching your clit over your panties?
Yes, that would be okay.
I don't want it to just be okay. If I touch your pussy, I want it to be welcome. Tell you what, I won't touch your vulva unless you beg for it. How's that?
That sounds good. And kissing is okay, just not on the mouth.
Just so you know, I carry the virus for cold sores.
HSV-1?
Yes. When I got tested 2 months ago, my results were negative for all STIs except HSV-1.
Yeah, like about 80% of people have HSV-1, right?
Yep. And I have it, but I don't have a sore now, and haven't had one for over a year. So would kissing you on the forehead or on the shoulder still be okay?
That's fine. I get cold sores too. I haven't had one in months either.
Any other STI concerns if you happen to beg me to touch your pussy?
I tested negative for everything a few months ago.
Good to know. Blindfold?
That's fine.
Cloth gag or rope in your mouth?
No, not this time. Is that okay?
Of course it's okay. Don't hesitate to say no to anything. I'm not necessarily going to do all of these things you say are alright. I just want to know what would be okay ahead of time. Hand on your throat?
Please. I love that.
Rope over your nipples?
Okay.
Nipple clamps?
Okay, just not clover clams.
Rope between your legs?
I've never done that, but okay.
If I put a rope between your legs, it won't have ever been between anyone else's legs, or it will have been clean since.
Good to know.
Bamboo between your legs?
Sure. But no insertion.
Got it. So, do I understand correctly that you're open to my body being against yours, and you're open to my directly stimulating you, just no vaginal or anal or oral penetration?
Yes, I think that's about right.
Again, If things seem to be becoming too intimate, you just say something.
I will.
Vibrator?
Not this time.
Oh, so maybe next time?
Yeah. Maybe.
One more thing. I'll want you to contact me tomorrow to let me know about any physical aches and pains, and how your mood is. Good, bad, meh. I just want to know how you're doing after we played.
I can do that. Can I just drop you a line on Fit Life?
That works. Do you have any questions?
When do we start?
Pretty quickly. I'm going to go over to that open suspension rig over there and start setting up. I'd like you to drink some water, use the bathroom, and then meet me over there, and we'll go over some quick stretches and I'll look at your flexibility.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to this.
Me too. See you in a minute.
Okay, I'm going to go grab egg cream and Noble in the other room to help me flip the rig around. I'll meet you over there.